Hello, welcome back. Today is the first of 4 short videos where we explore parent functions. So, parent functions are the word for the basis of every single function that we'll be using in this class. We're going to be going through a bunch of different polynomials today, and the first one is really simple. It's the function f of x is equal to a constant. You can see that if you vary the constant, it moves this line up and down. So how might we complete the following sentence? The graph of every constant function is a horizontal line at different heights. Next, we can talk about linear functions. The parent linear function is y is equal to x. This is just the line that has slope 1 through the origin. Do you remember the general form for a linear function? In that case, we would have y is equal to mx plus b. We put in these sliders. You can see that moving this changes the slope, changing the m, and then changing the b changes how high this function is. If the slope is 0, we're back at our constant function. Okay, so how would we complete the following sentence? The graph of every linear function is a line. So every linear function gives a line. It has different slopes, different y-intercepts. Okay, let's go on to the next one. All right, the parent quadratic function is y is equal to x squared. Okay, that's this shape here. The general form of a quadratic function is y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. We play around with what happens when we change the a, what happens when we change the b, what happens when we change the c. In all of these cases, the shape looks the same, sometimes pointing up, sometimes pointing down. So how would we complete the following sentence? The graph of every quadratic function is this shape is a parabola. Okay, so what can we learn about the graph of the function from the coefficient of x squared? So here's x squared. The coefficient is this number multiplied by x squared. So what happens when we change this a? Well, when a gets really, really big, the function gets really, really narrow. As we change a, it gets wider and wider and wider, and then it turns upside down. Okay, so but when does that change? It changes when a is negative. So when a is negative, this parabola is pointing down, and when a is negative and has a large value, like -10, it's again narrow. So play around with these different sliders and get a chance to understand what happens when you modify the coefficients, these a, b, c constants, in front of the x squared, the x, and the 1. All right, next one. Cubic functions. The parent cubic function is this y is equal to x cubed. So that's this red curve right here. So just like before, on the previous slide, we had y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Those are different constants multiplied by x squared, x, and 1. In this case, we're going to have constants multiplied by x cubed, x squared, x to the 1, and 1. I can put a 1 in here. Times 1. Okay, so we can change now these parameters. the A3. So instead of using A, B, C, D, I'm using A3, A2, A1, A0. Changing A3 changes again how narrow or how wide this function is. Changing A2 moves these bits around. A1 kind of stretches this middle part here. And A0 moves the whole function up or down. All right, so how would you complete the following sentence? The graph of cubic functions what would you say? Well, you could say a couple of different things. It seems to always either start from negative infinity and start from positive infinity and go to negative infinity, or go from negative infinity up to positive infinity. It either has one local maximum and one local minimum. It has bumps, these two bumps, 1, 2 bumps, or it can also have no bumps. Right here, this has no bumps, but it has this shape. So it's a little bit harder to describe than the others. This is the shape of a cubic function. And all of these functions are examples of polynomial functions. A polynomial function is any function of the form something times x to the n plus something times x to the n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus something times x to the 1 plus something, where all these somethings are numbers. The highest value, this x to the n, is called the degree of the polynomial. So when we had on the previous slide that it was a cubic function, we had an x cubed term, an x to the third power. That is saying it's a degree 3 polynomial. Here's an example of a function that's a degree 6 polynomial. And if we wanted a completely general version of a polynomial of degree 6, then we can put a sub 6, x to the 6, a5, x to the 5, a4, x to the 4, plus a3, x to the 3, plus a2, x2, plus a1, x, plus a0 times 1. And you can play around with these coefficients as well. These coefficients are a little bit more all over the place. They make things change very fast. So if you want to use a high degree polynomial, then you'll want to be a little bit careful with how you move your sliders to get exactly what you wanted. And again, this last one, a0, is just moving the function up and down. So the graph of every polynomial is a curve that goes up and down some number of times. What can we say about the number of bumps that a polynomial has? Why don't you explore that a little bit? What happens as I change these numbers? How many bumps does it have? What would we call a bump? I mean, there's a lot of different questions we could ask here about these bumps. But you can see here, this function, we could say it comes from positive infinity. It has a bump, 1 bump, 2 bumps, 3 bumps, 4 bumps, 5 bumps, and then goes back up to positive infinity. So this one has 5 bumps. But if I change it a little bit, then it only has 1, 2, 3, 4 bumps. Okay, so why don't you explore and figure out what you can learn about how many bumps a polynomial has. This last question is asking you to create a graph that has 2 polynomials that have different degrees. Remember, a polynomial looks like something times x to a power plus something else times x to a power. Maybe we're going to make a minus so it has a bump. Okay, there's one function. Why don't I make another one? But this one, it has to have a different degree, so it has to have a different value than x cubed here. Maybe I do x to the 4th. X to the 4th, and I'm going to subtract x. Okay, so here's 2 different functions. Maybe I want to move it down a little bit, minus 4. Okay, here's a graph that satisfies this. Why don't you explore on your own? Figure out what polynomial you want for the first one, what you want for the second one, make them different from what I have, and explore. Okay, that's it for this one.